Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and in this video we are going to break down the Klim Induction Pro jacket available at RevZilla.com. So new for 2021, Klim has introduced an upgraded version of their beloved Klim Induction jacket. This is now going to be the Pro version, and really what we're going to see here is an upgrade to CE Level 2 armor in the elbows and the shoulders. You are going to see some leather accents. Cordura is now going to be a 750D design. So basically what you're taking is you're taking the standard Klim Induction jacket and you are beefing up the protection. Still going to be that perfect hot weather jacket from Klim, full carbonite mesh throughout the chassis on this. But you're now looking at a price of around $480 up to around $510 depending on size. Now, if you're really just interested in the original Klim Induction, that's not going anywhere. That's still sitting around that $350, $380 price point. So you want to check that one out if you are looking for something, a little bit more basic in its design. And even that is probably my personal favorite. If I was choosing between the two, the Klim Induction is probably where I would go. A little bit more stretch with that particular jacket. Now, you don't get the bump to the CE Level 2 protection, but I think that for regular around town commuting, that has been a jacket for a lot of people for a lot of years, and I don't think anything's changed. But if you are someone that wants to really beef up the protection that you're looking for out of a mesh jacket, this is definitely the top of the line for that do-it-anything mesh from Klim. So let's just go ahead and break down, starting with sizing on this. Mr. McHugh on my left-hand side stands at 6 feet, weighs in at 220 pounds, 44-inch chest. He is wearing a size large. So really there's no surprises as far as the size chart is concerned. Our biggest nitpick here, and we talked about this a little bit more extensively in the Klim Induction jacket, so I'll keep it brief here. If you haven't watched that video, our biggest nitpick is that there is a lot of extra room in the biceps. So if you're someone that regularly hits the gym, that's going to be good for you. McHugh here, he hasn't seen the gym in months. But again, joking aside, we do find the original version had a much just nicer, kind of slimmer fit throughout the bicep. This is going to be a little bit more roomy, so we would love to see that kind of just refined a little bit. But that's really the only nitpick that we have when it comes to sizing on this. But again, the size chart, use it. You shouldn't have any surprises. Sizes will range from a small up to a 4XL. Pricing does increase for a 3 and a 4XL. It bumps up to that $510 mark. All the sizes from 2XL down to small are going to come in at that $480 mark. Now, there's a variety of different colors to choose from, but let's go ahead and break down the construction. So you are going to see now you have this Cordura up around the neck. Was not located on the regular induction, so the collar itself is a bit stiffer. Still going to have the micro fleece at the top, Mandarin style collar. The chassis on this has stayed the same. It's still going to be that full carbonite mesh chassis. Not quite as much stretch. So if you remember in the Klim Induction video, we talked about they incorporated a lot more four-way stretch in that. Nice, comfortable range of motion. This is going to beef up protection a little bit more, so you are going to lose some of that stretch material. You'll also notice you're going to have that pocket now is going to be back on the outside like the original induction jacket, and the Klim logo isn't going to be that thicker rubber style. On the shoulders, from a protection standpoint, you're now going to bump to Cordura 750D. This is an upgrade over the 500D now found on the Klim Induction jacket. And on the back of the elbow, Pat, go ahead and just give us the little elbow over there. You're now going to have goat skin leather perforated on the outside of this for full leather protection. So if you are looking at bumping up to getting some leather mixed into your jacket, this is going to have that for you. Now the carbonite mesh, like we talked about in the new induction, has a better hand to it, not quite as rough as the old carbonite mesh, so it's a bit more comfortable. Still just a Velcro cuff at the bottom of this, and then the slider here. Hand warmer pockets on either side, but again, if you're just looking at this from the front, it doesn't look like too much has changed over the previous version. It's really when you get to the arm and when you start to look at some of the protection that Klim is offering here. Pat, go ahead and face sideways for me. So now, we mentioned the armor has been upgraded, so it's now a CE Level 2 armor included as standard. This is the LP2 armor. It looks pretty much identical to the LP1, except for it's a bit thicker, and it now offers CE Level 2 abrasion resistance. The garment itself is CE AA rated, but again, D3O Level 2 at the elbows and the shoulders on this. The back protector remains CE Level 1. We'll get to that in 1 second there. Big pop of reflective over on the side on this. Much larger pop of reflective than what's found over on the induction. And then again, you can see a really nice shot of that leather at the elbow. As you work your way down the side on this, you'll notice the four-way stretch is really right here and then a little bit down the side. But this is a much smaller piece of four-way stretch than what we saw on the other jacket, the original or the new induction. It would have been nice to see them just carry that four-way stretch a little bit up the back or put some kind of gusseting in here. But again, you do have that extra room in the arm now, so that does help to compensate some of that lack of four-way stretch. Go ahead and face backwards for me, sir. Looking down the back, again, big pops reflective Klim logo across the back. Does include the D3O CE Level 1 back protector. My only other real nitpick here is that for the bump in price, I would have loved to have seen them include a CE Level 2 back protector. You do get the CE Level 2 Armor at the elbows and shoulders. I think that a bump to the CE Level 2 back there as well would have been a nice way to complete the overall Klim Induction Pro package or experience, if you will. McHugh, face forward for me, unzip. Like we said, on this side, you're now getting an added Napoleon pocket for a little bit of extra storage. So whereas the regular Klim Induction only has one pocket over on the left-hand side, now a Napoleon pocket, you are getting the exterior pocket on the right side and the Napoleon pocket over on the left side, and then the Napoleon on the right for this one. Sir, you may zip up. So if you've always been a fan of the Klim Induction, however, you're looking for just a bump in protection, you don't feel like going with the regular induction and then buying all the extra armor, the Klim Induction Pro is for you. You're going to have the extra level of CE2 protection, you're going to have the extra abrasion resistance on the outside, and you're just getting a slightly different style when you throw those leather accents on as well. So for those of you out there that, you may be on the fence, you want to hear what other riders have to say, you can click the info button on your desktop or mobile device and you can read other rider reviews. If you're still not sure as to which jacket is right for you and your riding style, you can always reach out to one of our gear geeks, 877-792-9455, or shoot an email over to cs@RevZilla.com, and they can walk you through all the different jackets available for your riding style as well as your budget. I want to thank you for joining us for this look at the Klim Induction Pro jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.